Hi, my name is Idan, and in this video I will demonstrate how to convert an existing MobileFirst hybrid application to a Cordova application. So I have here on the side an existing application, UI controls. This application invokes MobileFirst APIs to display a busy indicator as well as a dialog. I also have here jQuery, which will later be used in this video. So the first step is to open the terminal in your developer machine, and assuming that you have the MobileFirst CLI installed, simply run the command MFP Cordova create. This will guide me through an interactive mode detailing the steps to create the Cordova application. So I will call my application my Cordova app. I'll use the default package ID and app version number. And for this video, I will select only to add the iOS platform to my Cordova application. So I'll remove Android and hit the Enter key. The process will now add required Cordova plugins for the application. Amongst them is the Cordova plugin MFP. This is the MobileFirst SDK for Cordova applications. For this application, I do not require any additional plugins, and so I will simply hit the Enter key, and again. And now the Cordova application is being generated. The next step is to copy the existing web resources of the hybrid application into the Cordova application. You can do this either manually or by using a command line, which is simpler. So cp-r UI control apps UI controls. So I want to copy the common folder inside or into my Cordova application into the dab folder. Okay, so the next step is to edit the Cordova application to run MobileFirst. This requires a few additional edits. So as a first step, we'll copy jQuery into the JavaScript folder of the Cordova application. Now this step is not required, but specifically for the UI controls sample, this sample uses jQuery APIs, and so because Cordova is not bundled with jQuery by default, we need to add it. So now I will drag my Cordova application into my preferred editor, which is Atom. You can use any editor that you would like. And so inside the index.html file, we have a few minor additions and changes. So we need to link to the CSS file of Worklight. Now, so this line needs to be placed above the reference to the main CSS file of the Cordova application. So you can simply copy the existing reference line and change the reference to Worklight/Worklight CSS. So because we don't have jQuery that is provided by MobileFirst, we need to remove this line and instead add a line to the jQuery file that I previously added. And so we'll change the reference to jQuery 1.11.3.min. Another change to do, or addition, is to reference the Cordova.js file. So we simply change this path to Cordova.js. And the final change to do is inside the init options.js file, where you simply are required to remove the if statement. Now we'll save our files. And the next step is to prepare the application. This is being done using the command. First we need to get inside the Cordova application and run the command MFP Cordova prepare. And to test our changes, to see that we now have a Cordova application, that this Cordova application actually runs the same web resources that previously ran inside a MobileFirst hybrid application, I can simply open the iOS project of this application in Xcode and run it. And so let's navigate to the platform's iOS folder and run the command open my Cordova.xcode project. So let's wait for Xcode to open and simply run the application in the iOS simulator. Okay, so we have our new MobileFirst Cordova splash screen, and now we see the UI controls application, the web resources. And so if I attempt to click either of the buttons, this will invoke MobileFirst APIs that are now part of Cordova and not part of a MobileFirst hybrid application. So let's see what happens when we want to display a simple dialog. Okay, and now we can see a common controls dialog that was called from MobileFirst API inside the Cordova application. Let's also try the busy indicator to display for 5 seconds and then disappear. Great, so this concludes how to quickly convert an existing MobileFirst hybrid application to a Cordova application. The blog post also contains references to additional documentation that you may want to read as you attempt to convert your hybrid application to a Cordova application.